You know how everyone says charging your phone overnight kills the battery, or that you should let it die completely before plugging it in? Yeah, most of that is wrong. And today, you're going to understand exactly what actually destroys your smartphone battery and why it happens. No tech jargon, just one simple idea that'll make everything click. Think of your phone's battery like a sponge. Not a kitchen sponge, but imagine a really special sponge that can soak up energy instead of water. Every time you charge your phone, you're squeezing energy into the sponge. Every time you use your phone, you're squeezing that energy back out. Simple, right? But here's the thing. This sponge doesn't last forever, and what ruins it isn't what most people think. So let's talk about what actually happens inside that sponge. Your battery is filled with millions of tiny energy holders. Think of them like little pockets inside the sponge. When your battery is new, all those pockets are flexible and stretchy. They can fill up with energy and empty out over and over again. But over time, some of those pockets start to get stiff. They don't stretch as well. Some of them even tear a little bit. And when that happens, your sponge can't hold as much energy anymore. That's why your phone dies faster after a year or two. Now, don't worry, this is completely normal. Every battery does this. It's not your fault. But here's what matters. The way you treat that sponge determines how fast those pockets get damaged. And most people are accidentally making it worse. The first thing that destroys your battery is heat. Imagine leaving that sponge out in the hot sun. It starts to dry out, right? It gets brittle. The same thing happens to your battery. When your phone gets really hot, those tiny energy pockets inside start to break down faster. They lose their flexibility. And once they're damaged, they stay damaged. You can't fix them. So where does this heat come from? Well, charging your phone creates heat. Using your phone creates heat. But the real problem is when you do both at the same time. Picture this. You're playing a game or watching a video while your phone is plugged in. Your phone is working hard, which makes it warm, and it's also trying to charge, which makes it even warmer. That's like putting the sponge in the sun while also squeezing it over and over. It wears out way faster. This is why your phone sometimes feels hot when you're charging it and using it at the same time. That heat is literally aging your battery faster. And if you do this a lot, especially in a warm room or in direct sunlight, you're cutting months off your battery's life, maybe even a year. But here's the good news. You don't have to stop using your phone while it charges. Just be aware of it. If your phone feels hot to the touch, that's your sign. Let it cool down. Take the case off if you need to. Move it away from the window. Give that sponge a break. Okay, so heat is enemy number one. But what about all those charging myths? Let's talk about the overnight charging thing. A lot of people think leaving your phone plugged in all night destroys the battery. And honestly, it used to be true. Old phones didn't know when to stop charging. They just keep pumping energy into that sponge even when it was completely full, and that would damage those little pockets inside. But modern phones are smarter. When your battery hits 100%, your phone basically stops charging. It just sips a tiny bit of power to stay topped up. Think of it like this. The sponge is full, so instead of squeezing more water in, you just keep it damp. It's not perfect, but it's not the disaster people think it is. That said, there is one problem with charging overnight, and it's not the charging itself. It's that your battery spends hours sitting at 100%, and batteries don't actually like being completely full for a long time. Remember those energy pockets? When they're stretched to maximum capacity for hours and hours, they start to lose their stretchiness a little faster. It's like keeping a rubber band stretched tight all day. Eventually, it won't snap back as well. So what should you do instead? Honestly, if charging overnight is the only convenient time for you, it's fine. Your phone will be okay. But if you want to be extra nice to your battery, try to keep it between 20 and 80% most of the time. That's where those energy pockets are happiest. They're not too empty and they're not stretched too tight. They're just comfortable. Now let's talk about the other extreme, letting your phone die completely. You've probably heard that you should drain your battery to 0% every once in a while to keep it healthy. And again, that used to be true for really old batteries. But for modern smartphone batteries, it's actually one of the worst things you can do. Imagine squeezing every last drop out of that sponge until it's bone dry, then leaving it dry for a while before filling it back up. That's stressful for the sponge. It can cause damage. The same thing happens to your battery. When it hits 0%, those energy pockets collapse completely. And if you leave it that way for too long, some of them might not expand properly again. That's why your phone sometimes acts weird after being dead for days. So the healthiest thing you can do is keep your battery in that happy middle zone. Not too full, not too empty, just coasting along. And yes, this means you might need to charge your phone more often during the day, but you're adding months, maybe years to your battery's lifespan. That's a pretty good trade. All right, let's talk about one more sneaky battery killer: fast charging. Now, don't get me wrong, fast charging is amazing. You can go from 20% to 80% in like 30 minutes. It's incredibly convenient. But it does come with a cost. Fast charging pushes a lot of energy into that sponge really quickly, and when you squeeze water into a sponge super fast, you can damage the material a little bit. Same idea here. Fast charging creates more heat than regular charging, and we already know heat is bad news. Plus, it puts more stress on those energy pockets because they're filling up so quickly. Over time, this can make them wear out faster. Not dramatically faster, but faster. So what should you do? Use fast charging when you need it. If you're in a hurry, absolutely use it. But if you're just sitting at home and you have time, use a regular charger. It's gentler on your battery. Think of it like this. Fast charging is like sprinting. Regular charging is like walking. Both get you where you need to go, but one is easier on your body. And here's a pro tip. If you're charging overnight anyway, definitely use a regular charger. There's no reason to fast charge for 8 hours. You're not in a hurry. Let that sponge fill up slowly and gently. Now let's bring this all back together. Your battery is like a sponge with millions of tiny energy pockets. Heat makes those pockets break down faster. Keeping your battery at 100% for too long stretches them out. Letting it hit 0% collapses them, and fast charging squeezes them really hard. All of these things add up over time, and that's what actually destroys your smartphone battery. But here's the thing. You don't need to obsess over this. You don't need to micromanage your charging. Your phone is designed to handle normal use. It's gonna be fine. Just follow a few simple rules. Avoid extreme heat. Try to keep your battery between 20 and 80% when you can. Don't let it die completely very often. And use fast charging only when you need it. If you do these things, your battery will last way longer than if you just ignored it. And you'll probably get an extra year or more before you notice any real degradation. That's huge. So next time someone tells you that charging overnight is killing your phone, you can explain it to them. Tell them about the sponge. Tell them about the energy pockets. Tell them what actually matters. Because now you know. And honestly, that feels pretty good, doesn't it?